Hello and welcome again to Forgotten Temples of Cambodia. And today I've got an absolute delight for you. For this is a temple I came to an awful long time ago and it's held me. It stayed in my memory. But even before I got to see it, I spied it on a map and the name itself just logged with me because I thought it was such a fantastic name and I was so looking forward to coming here, and I came here and it was better than I could ever imagine. So what was that name that held me so? Its name is Vibol. How cool is that? I mean, you're thinking, what am I going to name this pet? Vibol? I mean, it's perfect, isn't it? So this is Cha Sre Vibol. I just love saying it. It makes me happy. Say Vibol a few times. It's great. It'll lighten your day. What you see behind me is what's on top of the hill. There's a hill here, you see, and up top are these Prasats temples. But it's not the main feast. This is just the starter, you know, just to get the palates going. For down this hill are some wonderful things. And Vibol by name is Vibol by nature. It is absolutely lovely. It's still easily in my top 5. So let me take you by the hand and show you the absolute delight that is Vibol. So that's where I just was, and here we are amongst these huge lumps of masonry atop of a hill in the silence. Oh look, there's some lovely flowers. And let's quickly explore in here because we don't want to dash past this and dig straight in, and there's a very, very narrow gap here. So let's have a look inside. I don't know if I've actually been, oh gosh, ow, hold on. Right, here we go. Oh, we're through. Oh, hello. Oh, I say, aren't you nice? Oh, lovely. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, indeed. Look at that recess in the wall. Only one thing deserves to be in there, I'd fit in there, and that would have been a lovely statue. So you would have walked into this small space and there would have been a large statue. Now, if I just stand here, oh, what's that? I'd say about 10, 12 feet. But alas, he is gone, as we must as well, because we need to head out the way we came and see the other delights that Vibol has in store just down that hill. Right, and that is where we were. Now then, we need to head this way, as my memory serves me, and this is where Vibol grabbed me by the heart and will forever be in my memory, because there's this pathway down here, and this is proper jungly, adventure-y sort of stuff. And I didn't know back then how fortunate I was to start my temple adventures with such an absolute jewel. Now let me get to this point here and then pause, because what I spotted was this in the distance, and it took my breath away. Now, if you want ancient temples, just wow. Look at that. 2 beautifully long, elongated buildings with their lovely barreled roofs. And like you maybe, I couldn't wait to get inside and see what lay within. And that's where I'm going to take you now. If you look towards the end now, I have to be careful because there's a lot of roots and debris on the floor, but there's a couple of doorways just there. So in we go and see what we can see. On the right of your screen is the hill we've descended down, and that first doorway there is in fact blocked. But I'm very pleased to say this one isn't now. Come on. I mean, geez, this place is so good. I think it's better the second time. And in we go. I have to duck down, as always. Right, careful, Bee. And have a look. Hopefully the camera will start to compensate a bit. And maybe I should come out a bit further. No, I can't. That's as best as the lens can do. And here, oddly enough, is where I first encountered bats. But have a look. I'm going to turn to the right here. And this would have been a courtyard, you see? See those balustrades? And the masonry that's come tumbling down with time. And just there to the right of your screen is where we went into that corridor. And look at him. Isn't he remarkable? It is so good, this temple. And here's one of the things that really spoke to me. Sometimes temples will speak to you. Other times they don't really want to say anything. But here we have... Can you see? Water would have come out of this spout here. So if I get up, oops, there we go, and give you an idea as to how large it is. So that's my hand, you see. And it gives you an idea as to the size. And the water would have come out here. Now, this is on an exterior wall. And I can't imagine for one moment that people didn't gather here. I mean, put a fountain in the middle of a village or a town, doesn't really matter, and people gather around them. And I sat here for a moment and reflected, and I could just imagine this is where young couples met, or, you know, on their first date, or, I don't know, it just feels very warm, this area to me. It just feels very... I don't know, a touch of the old romance about it. I mean, it's hard to see with it's broken down, but I know from being half Italian, being in little Italian villages, this is the kind of people where people meet, the kind of place where people meet, and where new friendships or loves are struck up. So I like to think of this as a lover's corner in some way. So we've come round the wall, and what I've done is I've paused here to give you some perspective, because I don't think your little phone screen or laptop screen is going to show how big this place is and how huge, and it is huge, this pile of masonry is. But it gives us a very good idea as to how much effort, time, labour, sweat, tears that went into darling Vibol. So I'm going to scamper up there carefully. I've got a radio mic on, so you should be able to hear me. And I will hopefully give you an idea as to its size. Watch my pert little bottom go. Doop-de-doo. Right. Right, almost at the top, and my God, these stones are just huge. Actually, I'm going to hold on to my radio mic. If I drop that, I'm in bally trouble. Right, and at the top here, I can see pretty much what you can see from the base, which is just the top of the doorway there. But hopefully now you can get an idea as to how big these rocks are. It is mind-bending, this place. Such beauty, but such might combined together. And I'm quite puffed out. And here, we're just around the corner from that large pile of masonry I clambered up. And you could see some of it just to my right. But I personally couldn't round the bend without taking a shot of this particular area. This is where a mighty tower would have stood, and here was an amazing entranceway. But to me it was also an entranceway, because you see, I started templing because I was a raging alcoholic. I was on a litre of vodka a day, usually more, 60 plus cigarettes a day, and ate nothing but junk food. My depression got so bad, I got those dark thoughts I hope you never have. My anxiety was so crippling, I couldn't even leave my house. I had a realization, I've got to do something. I started templing, but it was here. I came round the corner and I sat over there, and for some reason life came into focus. I decided this is what I want to do. And then I started videoing temples for my own pleasure. And my life has changed dramatically from a complete and utter disaster, being in the grip of despair, to now being able to walk amongst the wonders of nature and the wonders of ancient man, and to be free of that horrible disease that held me so. So, excuse me my indulgence, but it's too special to walk by, because I will travel thousands of miles looking at more temples. I will go through hundreds and hundreds of dusty tracks, but there will never, ever be a place as special to myself as right here. So here I sit, all alone, at what I call Lover's Corner. Nope, can't see any future date or wife of mine rounding the bend, but never mind because believe me, my life is full of such wonders as these. So being single does have its benefits, you know. It's easier to get on that motorcycle, it's easier to just sod off whenever you please and return whenever you fancy, and not really have to answer to anyone. The road is now mine, and the temples are my destiny. And occasionally I take lovely people like you along with me, and we can even end here, you and I, at Lover's Corner, which is so beautiful. Vibol is an absolute treat. I adore this place. I said top 10 at the beginning, forget about it. Top 3. This is top 3 material, darling Vibol. I love it to bits. So that's been a quick romp around from Mr. B of Forgotten Temples of Cambodia. If you wish to join me again, my lovely lover, then why not check out the next video? So until next time, I wish you nothing but the very best.